Hello, my wonderful students. Hello, my wonderful computer scientists. Hello, hello. Today, we're going to be making uh, we're going to be using a new feature in Scratch called MyBlocks. And MyBlocks allow us to um, program kind of like a repeated behavior, almost like a loop. So if we want something to do something, the same thing a bunch of times without having to rewrite all the code for it to do that thing. But the difference is that the loops are going to keep running the same code over and over. The my block, we're going to create the my block, and then we could choose, run the my block here, run the my block here, run the my block here, and we can use this repeated code at certain times to do certain things. So let's see how that works in practice. So maybe I want to create a my block. Maybe I want to make it so that D Money does his dance at certain times. Maybe I want to make it so that when D Money, when the cat touches D Money, maybe he'll do the dance. Maybe when I push a button, he'll do the dance. Maybe a bunch of different places to do the dance. So maybe I could say, when this sprite is clicked, you know, repeat 10, wait, let's give him a 0.2, and let's tell him to switch costume. So now he has this code for his D-Money dance. Oh, this is actually in the cat. Whoops. Let me drag that over to D-Money. So now he has his D-Money dance. Maybe I could add in, maybe events, maybe once the project starts, then forever, and then if the cat is touching D Money. So maybe if D Money is touching sprite 1, which is the cat, then I'll copy this D Money dance code. Then he'll do the D Money dance. So now, if the cat touches D Money, he'll start doing his D Money dance. Cool. Maybe I want it to be so that, you know, uh, maybe whenever I press D, D Money will do his D Money dance. But you see, the problem with this is that I keep having to copy these big pieces of code. Maybe I'm making some little mistakes while I'm copying. Maybe it's a little bit more complicated. But what we want to do is instead of having all these, copies of repeat 10, wait 2 seconds, next costume, instead of copying this D Money dance code, we can have a my block that I'll call D Money dance. And this block, whenever this block is run, he'll do the D Money dance. So instead of saying repeat 10, wait 2 seconds, next costume, we could say when the sprite is clicked, do the D Money dance. But he's not doing the D Money dance when I click on him. And the reason for that is because we have to tell Scratch, we have to tell the program what the D Money dance is. We have to tell the program what blocks he has to run to do his D Money dance. So I can give him, we can define the D Money dance as repeat 10, wait 2 seconds, next costume. And now anytime I tell the sprite to do the D Money dance, he's going to, run this code block that'll make him loop through 10 costumes with like a 0.2 second delay, which will cause him to do his D-Money dance. So if I just click on the D-Money dance just to run it, we'll see D-Money start dancing. If I click on D-Money, we'll see D-Money start dancing. We'll do one more example for the cat. So maybe we'll make it so that the cat has some code to jump. Maybe I'll make it so that when the sprite is clicked, maybe his Y will change by 10. He'll go up 10, and then he'll wait a second. No, maybe he'll wait 0.2 seconds, and then he'll fall back down. So maybe then his Y will be change Y by -10. And whenever I click on this sprite, he's going to do a little hop. So maybe when I click on him, maybe I also want a button. So maybe, when I press the up arrow, then he does his little jump. So now when I click on him, he'll do a little jump. When I press up arrow, he'll do a little jump. And maybe, there'll be a spike or something. Maybe there will be a very dangerous crab. And maybe if the cat touches the crab, so when the program starts, the cat will forever be seeing if it is touching the crab. And if it's touching the crab, maybe the cat will do a little jump so that he's not touching the crab anymore. Maybe it's a dangerous crab. And again, we're repeating this jump code over and over. So what we can do instead is we can go to MyBlocks. We can make a block that's called jump. We can define jump using this jump code that we've been using. And now whenever we want the cat to jump, we could just, instead of using all this code, we could just tell him to jump. And these functions, these MyBlocks, which are also called functions, can be defined not just by 2 or 3 or 4. You could have hundreds and hundreds of lines of code in here doing all sorts of crazy things. That might not be the best thing, but it's something you could do. There's unlimited possibilities with this. So now we have this MyBlock. So now whenever certain conditions are met, so whenever we want him to jump, he'll just jump using this definition that we gave the jump. And it's very easy. And whenever we want him to jump, we just bring in this single jump block. You could define jump in a lot of different complicated ways. Maybe instead of just jumping up and down, maybe you can make it so that he jumps, moves over in like an arc, like a more realistic jump forward. Maybe you can define this in all sorts of different ways. But these MyBlocks are extremely useful. And what I want you guys to do today, if you haven't read the instructions, is try to make at least 2 MyBlocks that are used at least 2 times. So I made 2 MyBlocks here. I made a dance one and a jump one. You guys can make MyBlocks for, doing animations. There's all sorts of examples in the assignment. So maybe, your character, whenever this block is run, maybe you define one that makes him move to a certain spot on the screen. Maybe you make it so that there's a certain block that makes, the background change. I don't know. Maybe you make a certain block that does, makes the character do some math thing. Maybe he's a calculator. Maybe you use MyBlocks to create some kind of calculator. I don't know. It's whatever you guys want. You guys are free to do that. That calculator example might be really hard. It just came to me off the top of my head. But yeah, so hopefully you guys get the idea. This is really good for repeated behaviors. I've been talking for a little while now. I think everyone should be clear. Again, if you need help, you're always free to email me. Thank you and enjoy using MyBlocks. I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.